Hello, and welcome back as Jack, Torin, and I get ready to go dig deep and explore a few holes in Perfidious. Pete plays Aven Colony. Yes, I'm aware my trade hub is idle, thank you. And no, before you ask, that digging deep and exploring some holes was not a not-so-subtle euphemism for a sex act. It's just Jack, Torin, and I, we're gonna go do a little spelunking, that's all. And again, no, before you ask, that was not a euphemism for a sex act. We've got a mission here to build, what is this, an expedition center? Right, and then once we've got the expedition center built, we've got to go out and look around a few dank caves. And again, no, building an expedition center and looking around going to poke around a few dank caves, not a euphemism for a sex act. There's a woman in a hole out in the desert somewhere, and we got to go dig her up, that's all. She had some kind of artifact or something. And before you ask, no, it's not a corpse of a stripper that Jack accidentally killed during my bachelor party. Now we've got to go conceal some evidence, very bad thing style. It's a good thing for Jack that it's not, because if it was, you know, a very bad thing style scenario, I'd only end up having to kill Jack and tossing him in that self-same hole, because that's how that movie went. Very bad things troubles me. I've seen it, I think, maybe twice, actually. Once on purpose and maybe once by accident. 300 pasta for 250 Intari oatmeal. I don't really feel like that's a great trade. I don't want to trade... I mean, sure, I suppose here. Just take my Intari oatmeal and give me 300 worthless pasta, which I also can make, by the way. I just don't like the idea of an idle trade hub. Seen very bad things twice, though. And, I mean, I know it's a black comedy, but I'm just going to go out here on a limb and say that movie, it's not very good. It's really not. And also, it's guilty for being the thing that gave Peter Berg enough Hollywood credit to bring us such cinema masterpieces as Deepwater Horizon and Battleship. So I think, you know, any positive gains that it may have made as part of the career have been retroactively canceled by those two abominations. Though, you know what? Hold on. Credit where credit is due. Peter Berg did direct The Rundown, which is the 2003 film, of course, starring Sean William Scott and, or William Scott Penn, as I like to call him. Sean William Scott and The Rock. It's pretty fantastic. Maybe Peter Berg... No, you know what? Peter Berg also did Friday Night Lights. Never mind. That cancels The Rundown retroactively, too. Sorry, Peter Berg. You're at a negative entertainment value deficit. And I'm not letting you out of the hole. Sucks to be you, man. Sorry. I mean, literally, it must suck to be you. Kid, Peter Berg is the one laughing all the way to the bank. He's going, sucks to be me, Pete. I sleep every night atop a beautiful naked woman covered in a pile of cocaine and dead hooker asses. What do you sleep on? I'd be like, you know, just in a regular house. No blow, no hookers, just, you know, bed and all. Then he goes, yep, and just smiles smugly and walks away. Anyway, if our goal is to build an expedition center, Pete, and go exploring some dank hole with Jack Torin, which really sounds like a night out clubbing, how come you're not building an expedition center? Why are you building a bunch of solar generators that you don't really even need? Well, answer to that question is, one, there are no more geothermal vents that are, like, conveniently placed. We've already harnessed all the potential geothermal power that this nearby vicinity has to offer. And I really... Oh, I suppose we could upgrade this one. And I really don't feel like branching all the way out here to get a crack at this. Just, it doesn't seem like it's that necessary. So instead, we're going to build some solar generators, which will put us up. But we do need a lot of power because the Expedition Center requires 80 and also 21 workers. So we also have to figure out, in addition to that, where we want to put these people. We got a, what, is that a hospital? We need a habitat that's got a bunch of empty people. You have 9 people who are unemployed. You have room for 54? Well, that's more than enough to cover the Expedition Center, so let's chop this baby down. What research did we finish? Our lightning tower got hit. Okay, I mean, good. That's its job, getting hit. Energy shielding? Expedition upgrades, though. A medical bay. Oh, well, start doing these right away. Medical bay, Zorium bombs. Sure. Enhanced thrusters. Speed of all expedition vessels by 40%. You know what? Screw the medical bay. Give me those. Enhanced scanners. Energy shielding. I mean, I want all of these things. All of them. All of those things. And you know what? Filtering speed? Yeah, you could go straight to hell. I would rather have the, I want these instead. These seem better. Is our expedition bay built yet? Drones? You doing your job here? Also got to keep an eye on our overall food. Just want to make sure we still have plenty. 75.4 for colonists, which is still excellent. All right, food quality is excellent. Or food quality is good. Maybe we need to install another bar. Air quality is at 91%. Let's keep that on the up and up. I strive to keep my air quality at top shelf capacity at all times. Where is it lowest? Ooh, this is like real shitty out here. Okay, so yeah, maybe some of the people out here are suffocating a little bit because I've neglected them. But what's a boy to do? I mean, really. What's a boy to do? I'd probably build an intake facility. Really is really the smart thing to do. So let's just do that, and then down next to it, we'll go ahead and plop our obligatory wind turbine to defend it from potential toxic blasts from Grandpa's whole pull my finger after Thanksgiving dinner trick. And then we don't really have, like, that's it. I mean, I don't really feel... The colony is relatively stable. We just want to monitor average happiness at 81%. I feel like that's probably good enough. We may do a few things to try and enhance the overall colonial happiness, but I don't know what those would be. Do we have a VR center anywhere? I feel like we built one or thought about building one and then maybe didn't or got interrupted. You're an immigration center. I'm almost positive I built a virtual reality complex. We got a bar and a grill, one in bistro mode, one in bar mode. We're distributing happy drugs and health drugs to all of our citizens. We could, I suppose, make sure we still have an ample supply of both booze, intoxicants, and straight-up happy drugs. Drone auto repairs are only policy. Yeah, how about the booze and happy drugs, though? All right, we got plenty of nutrient-rich health enhancer drinks. We have a respectable supply of food. Pasta? Plague vaccine? Oh, plague vaccines and nanomedicines. We can probably stop with those, guys. I think we may have enough of that going on. You can, you're made at a chemical plant, right? Yeah, you guys can really stop that. Probably you can stop making amaranthium, too. It doesn't really feel like we need any more of that, either. Yeah, you know what? We're good. Let's just, chemical plants, share all of those settings for all of our chemical plants, because I think we only have the one. Uh-oh. Shai Hulud is back. Paul Muad'Dib, call off your boy. Plasma guns, do your job. I gave you plasma boost. You're supposed to be better at this now. All right, then. Shai Hulud has been swiftly banished. The mission is available.
Objective for you outside the colony.
We sent an exploration team to explore the areas around Sandy Gulch. Hey, who doesn't want to explore the areas around Sandy Gulch? Am I right, Jack? Because it's all about euphemisms for sex with you. Unfortunately, all 4 of our explorers were separated in an immense sandstorm. They're running low on food and oxygen. They need help urgently. We need you to send an expedition ship out to rescue all 4 of our explorers. We get nanites and porridge. What a deal.
I have a special assignment for you.
Your personnel briefing said that you're the type of person who does the right thing just because it's the right thing to do. Really? It says that, huh? I'm afraid your briefing has some significant misinformation about a man named Perfidious Pete. I mean, I have Perfidious right there in the title. I might do the right thing because you're going to give me rice and nanites for it, or I might do the right thing for a pat on the head because I'm all about being praised and having my ego stroked, but being the man who will do the right thing just because it's the right thing to do? Yeah. Your dossier is woefully inaccurate, man. Woefully inaccurate. Though, I gotta say, if you'll still agree to take me out on that night on the town here in Sandy Gulch, and at the end of it, we can make your gulch a little sandy by, you know, porking out here in the dunes, I'll do pretty much anything you ask me, baby. I'm easily manipulated when it comes to that. Reward me for doing it? I mean, you've got this exactly backwards. Having said that, you're observing your progress and can reward you for good deeds. Okay, so she knows her dossier is full of shit, and she's willing to offer a reward, just not the reward I want, which is access to her Sandy Gulch. All right, fine. Or I guess license to insandinate her gulch. Is that a word? Insandinate? Sounds a little bit like inseminate, and it's also a little bit close to the purpose I hadn't planned for. You know what? Let's just move along. The Leonidas is idle. An expedition vessel, the Leonidas, has no current destination, is available for a new expedition. All right, well, let's give it an expedition then.
Looks like we've identified a few points of interest outside the colony where
oh, fantastic. So our rating is 53%, 28% support building efficiency. Okay, so this thing sucks. What are you? Derelict trade vessel. Broken rover. Does that maybe give us... You know what? Go recover that. If that maybe gives us an extra rover. What are you? Agricultural scanner. Don't care.
Looks like someone could use our assistance. Better send
Stranded explorer. Yeah, better send a team out there, Jack. It's good that we go right out there and rescue them immediately rather than leave them at the bottom of a hole for a year to die and then only later figure out what it is. Ooh. Possible to recover its meat? We are hoping that its mother is not... I don't want to go get the meat of a dead sandworm. No, thank you. I'll stick with this recover a broken rover because it seems real easy. Also, it's in the direction of our 4 stranded explorers. I wouldn't mind putting a little sandworm meat on the menu, if you know what I mean. And no, that was not a euphemism for oral sex, although it could have been. So the Expedition Center currently sucks because it doesn't have enough workers. Can we upgrade this or do anything to increase its efficiency? No. Also, a whole truckload of people climbed on board this thing. You guys are all going to get killed. Why were you guys so eager to volunteer? That was a woefully bad idea, you guys. It's like terribly, terribly bad. You had no idea what you were signing on for. We can't export any more Intari oatmeal because we're out. How do we not have Intari oatmeal? We should definitely have Intari oatmeal. I'm beginning to think what we need to build is another mill. Where did we stick our mill? Right here. What are you making, mill? You're making flour, which is good. We don't even have any Intari, do we? You're making porridge. So you're making flour, pasta, and Xeno spice bread, which, you know what? You can probably knock that shit off. We got plenty of that for now. It's just cluttering at this point. It's just kind of cluttering things up. Maybe build some consumer goods, and we'll put a retail center in here as well. So I think this thing just goes down the list. It's like bread. We should really have one mill that just makes bread. Am I that worried about it, though? Nah, not really. I wouldn't mind getting some of those consumer goods, though. Maybe some of them sweet robots. Leonidas acquired a rover. An expedition vessel, Leonidas, picked up a remote scout rover and returned it to the colony ship for repairs upon its colony. For your assistance, you earned 1 commendation. Sweet. Okay. So what next? I mean, we'll just go, like, do the agricultural scanner, which I'm assuming is going to give us another commendation, and then maybe we'll go rescue those 4 stranded explorers. That'll be 6 commendations. That'll be quest complete. Immigration Center, you have 1 colonist. You gotta bring us some more people here, guys. We really need people filling these jobs. You know what? In fact, this is something I don't normally mess with, but something I'm going to mess with. I want the Immigration Center jobs to be set to high priority. I don't know what you're doing, but if it's not importing more people to get to work here in our colony, then switch to that, because that's really what we need you to do. Also, we could really use another storage facility, because it appears all of ours are full. Flip another storage depot out here in the desert. Start cranking in the immigrants, people. I'm tired of being understaffed. How are we doing on water, by the way? We haven't checked our water supply in a while. And we're still able to pump the 22 per colonist. That's pretty good. Our food? You know, it's getting a little questionable. We'll keep an eye on it. Also, we should probably stop growing some of these foods. Chalcospores, I don't even remember. Chalcospores and quarry spores we needed to make amaranth, I think. But, like, we have plenty of that now, don't we? Amaranthium takes chalco and quarry spores, but we got 357 of that, and the shit's not exactly flying off the shelves. We'll have you start manufacturing some Xenoglow again, just to get rid of some of that Xeno stuff that we've got sitting around. We have plenty of nanomedicines and plague vaccines. We have more than enough gold bloom. Let's change you to something different. We needed Intari bread, right? Okay, well here, we'll just, you guys grow Intari then. Just here, switch over to that for a little while. You guys can grow some Intari. Is somebody still growing barley, by the way? You are. You're growing Quoro, just quinoa, you're growing rice, you're growing wheat, Xenosage. All of those things still seem acceptable. Continue. Forget I asked. Leonidas placed a scanner, reached its destination agricultural scanner, which did what again? Okay, I mean, our crew rating went up a little bit, and we apparently got another commendation off camera. All right, go rescue. Get to work rescuing these 4 stranded explorers. Crew's traveling to a strand. How come the crew is getting bigger? People continue volunteering for this whole Leonidas expedition. That's real dumb, you guys. You should not be doing that. Why do you volunteer for what is effectively a suicide mission? The hell is wrong with you? Also, come winter, we're going to require some more power here. A lot of electricity seeing use these days. Let's slap down a few more solar panels. We got a lot of dead space back here. We also have plenty of available nanites that we're really not even using much, so. All these things seem acceptable. Food continues to plummet. We're going to need to see about upgrading our food resources. Okay, probably another greenhouse is in order. Let's get another tier 2 greenhouse. What can you grow? I don't really care as long as it's edible. And melons just won't grow for shit out here. We don't have melons, which would be a nice addition to our food variety, but they don't really want to grow very well. Like, we grow 4.4 melons per hour, and that's the best we can do. Get 4.8, right? All right, do that. All that takes is really a little power, a little water. Another expedition. Okay. Got one stranded explorer. Let's just go around the horn, I guess. Oh, you know what? Hold on. This would be... Do that one first. No, like, don't queue it up, though. Can I cancel that? Cancel. Nope. Expeditions. Yeah, I would like you to rescue this one, then rescue that one, then rescue that one. There we go. Now just keep on trucking around there, around the old horn. You're running the bases backwards, I know, but clearly baseball is foreign to Aven Primes. Immigration vessel docks, continues bringing in people. How's our air quality? Holding solid at 92%. Where's our trouble spots? Plenty of water still? We're still pumping to 22 per colonist. Oh, I'll pump it to 22 per colonist. You know me. Creep spores have been detected. Where away? No, seriously, though, go to the creep spores. Okay, we have a plasma turret that should easily be able to defeat the creep spores. We may also want to install another intake. It wouldn't hurt, probably. Where's our air quality? Like, this area doesn't really have a whole lot bumping up the old air quality. And we do have a little bit of dead space here. Are you going to get that creep spore before it lands? You're missing. You missed again. And no. Okay. It's infected by creep spores. The creeps will stop the building from working and rapidly spread to adjacent structures. Alright, well, this is real bad. How come our plasma turret missed this thing like 4 times, by the way? Yes, I'm aware that the building is infected. Are there more creep spores? No, it's definitely gone. So we have... Do we have scrubber coverage out here? Let's find out. Where's our scrubber coverage overlay? Drone? Is this drone overlay? Where do we have scrubber coverage? We have everything covered here. We have no scrubbers out here. We are going to need some scrubber drones. Scrubbers? Get on the job. Drone management is this one? Yeah, give me a scrubber drone out here. My fear is that I may have built the scrubber drone a little too close to the infected structure. Well, this one is getting immediately scrubbed because our drones are already on the scene. I want to see what this stuff is doing to our building. It's got creep spores on it. Well, that was, like, relatively quick. This has creep spores. How fast do these creep spores spread is the question. Let's go ahead and upgrade you immediately. And then I'm assuming the construction drones will just go repair the rest of it. Is this like a countdown timer to when the creep spreads? You got a scrubber drone on it. You scrubbing? Are we clear yet? Are we scrubbed? Reward for completing the city. Alright, so we got up to 17 ants and 52 wheat. Yeah, you guys are still, alright, expediting. That's fine. Scrubber drones have cleaned our creep infestation. That was almost tense for a split second. There's an overwhelming threat to the colony.
Special assignment for you.
Yeah, get to the 300 population. Storage is getting close to full again. This seems to be a non-stop problem. We have some real storage issues. Yes, I'm aware there's iron over there, but I don't really need it. We only... how many... we could get rid of some of this stuff by opening a retail center, which we wanted to do anyway. Let's open a retail center. Do we have a VR center, by the way? I was talking about the VR entertainment complex earlier, and I completely forgot about it. I don't think we ever built one, did we? This stuff is all food. This is a park. Greenhouse, greenhouse. What are you? Geothermal? Okay, you're just like a police drones and scrubbers. We never built a VR entertainment center? Shame on me. How dare I deny my people, my peeps, if you will, the right to banish themselves voluntarily from a horrible, shitty existence here in my colony to a better, more noble existence. I mean, I feel legitimately like a bad person for denying them the right to voluntarily go seek refuge in a simulated existence. So you know what? In addition to a VR center, guys, I'm going to give you a creep colony. Go live in the Matrix. You have my blessing. You seek to banish yourself from this horrible reality and go seek refuge in one that is a better, or at least imagined better in your mind, even though it's entirely fictitious. Yeah, you know what? Do it. That's what I say. I say do it. We should also have this mine max upgraded. Potash mine, you need to be upgraded. Construction drone hub, you're probably okay. We shouldn't have a whole lot of additional need for you. We'll upgrade this iron mine while we're at it. Leonidas rescued another explorer. How's the expedition going? Well, you're like basically about to get into the last one. I guess we have to go do all 6 of these. I mean, we'll have 6 commendations in a minute. VR Center. Not eligible for an upgrade, but it does give us 6 extra entertainment morale. It's going to make a lot of our people pretty stoked. Leonidas rescued an explorer. Okay. We completed an objective. 19 rice, okay, nanites, and porridge. We get rewarded with porridge and rice. Immigration vessel picked up 8 people to our colony. Our population is getting relatively close to parity. So maybe what we'll do now is just put this back to normal priority. And this one as well. Back to normal priority. If a couple of those jobs want to be taken away. The Leonidas is idle. Well, what am I supposed to tell it to do? Also, how do I give it orders? How do I... Oh, there's the expedition. Right. Okay. So what do I tell it to do? The crew rating is... We got 6 commendations. I mean, I suppose we could have it go look at this derelict trade vessel. Here, you know what? Return back first. Yeah, that's an okay path. I have a feeling like the sandworm thing is going to result in us being forced to fight, and I'm not too stoked about that. Yeah, what a surprise. Our scanners have picked up a dead sandworm a short distance outside the colony. It looks like this one crawled up its hold and died from neglect. Sandworms apparently don't have the best parenting skills. This is a good opportunity for us to learn more about these creatures. We'll promote you to Chancellor once you send an expedition to the vessel to study its corpse.
I have a special assignment for you.
I really don't care what it's sure. Give me 12 commendations. Why not? Analyzing a sandworm. I have a feeling this is going to end in tragedy, but... What are you researching, by the way? Enhanced thrusters, which just speeds up our expedition. I'm really thinking, like, energy shielding or something probably would have been the better way to go, but I mean, I guess this can take us to the dead sandworm faster. Who doesn't want to go poke around the corpse of Leto II, right? Actually, didn't Leto II, like, dissolve into a puddle of slop or something? I also got a little fuzzy around Dune Messiah. That's when it started to get really, really weird. Not that it wasn't a little weird before Dune Messiah, but Dune Messiah is where it, like, really said, you know what? Fuck it. We're going full postmodern on this. Let's ramp up the weird and take it to strange new places. And then it's just Barney Gumble belching into a microphone while his concubine says, "Number 8." Is that a Simpsons reference, Pete? Yeah, I mean, I straight up mentioned Barney Gumble. It's the Barbershop Quartet episode. Barbershop is in danger of growing stale. I'm taking it to strange new places. This Aven Colony also is in danger of going stale. I'm taking it to strange new places. So it discovered another broken rover. All right, well, how do we cancel an expedition? Do we just hit cancel? Is that how we do it? Apparently not. What if we tell it to do something new? We can tell it to do something new. Okay, go do all of those things. Leonidas made a discovery. How's our overall happiness? People, still at about 81%, despite the newly installed VR Center. Don't we have a policy we can use to make people more happy by letting them play games at home? It lowers productivity, I think, but it increases happiness a great deal. Free gaming, hell yeah. We always enact free gaming. Everybody, habitats and skyscrapers use an extra little bit of power. Free gaming, it's an easy trade-off, baby. Easy trade-off. Leonidas acquired a rover. How's our happiness now? Yeah, look at that. 84%. People love what we're doing. 225 colonists. Nobody's died. Our maximum capacity is still at 382, so we got plenty left in the tank. How are we doing on food? We are actually losing a little bit of food, but it is winter time. You guys have been growing Intari? Entirely Intari, which we should probably have converted into something. You're just cranking out the Xenoglow, huh? Yeah, you know what? You can probably stop that now. Make some Amaranthium instead. We have so many Kelko and Quarry Spores, we're in no danger of running out anytime soon, so that seems fine. It also gives you something to do to keep us out of our hair. Xeno Spice Bread. Aren't you supposed to be making, like, Intari bread or something? Do we not know the recipe for Antari bread? I bet we don't know the recipe for that, do we? We don't know the recipe for Antari bread. We're gonna have a hard time making and exporting Antari bread when we don't know how to make or export it. How much Antari, then, do we have clogging up our storage facility? A lot, I'm gonna guess, right? I really just want to see what's in storage, though. So how much Antari is clogging up the dump? I'm not really worried about a referendum. My citizens are enthusiastic supporters of the Petarian regime. I've got an 85% approval rating. I'm not really troubled by it. Lightning Tower got hit again. Good work, Lightning Tower. Way to do your job. Yeah, we have 1,000 Antari. That's probably more than enough. Let's convert these guys back to making, I don't know, here, you grow melons just for a little variety. And maybe, what about broccoli, Pete? I'll see you grow, yeah, very funny. Very funny. I'm never growing broccoli. I'd rather grow useless corn. If nothing else, it adds a little bit of food variety to our diet. We don't have any corn, I think. We definitely don't have any, melons. Well, I mean, we got the melons on the Chancellor lady up there who keeps giving us rewards of shit like broccoli and nanites, but... Leonidas, a derelict vessel. 203 Zorium, 178 gold, and 124 nanites. We also encouraged the combination. Okay. So now we're coming back to town. Alright. And then I guess we'll go investigate the sandworm. First we go back to town, then we'll go investigate the sandworm. Hey Pete, you want to investigate my sandworm? No, but I cordially invite you to please investigate my sandworm. 45% efficiency, retail center, sell consumer goods. I mean, alright, we'll upgrade you. It gives a bonus 35% retail morale. Does it make us sell more stuff? Like, do we have a higher turnover rate with our consumer goods? Also, alternatively, can we export anything to get us some of those sweet-ass robots? I'm really interested in the sweet-ass robot department. Yeah! Export 15. You know what? We're going to put this on hold because we can't do it. First off, give me some hollow units. Shai Halud is back. Hello, Shai Halud. Get blasted with plasma, dog. And, I mean, that was quick. Charles in charge on. Thanks for showing up, I guess. Build a few more of those plasma turrets. They seem useful. Then again, you know, these sandworms have really only come up in like 2 spots. So let's overlap. Like, all the threats seem to come from the same couple directions. We will put one out here because we have like no defenses. Probably make my people feel safer. Anything that makes them feel safer makes me happy. And we can drop one right here as well. That's good. Yeah, I know you want me to analyze the sandworm check. Oh, this wins us the game, though, right? Oh. Wow, reward is victory. We should just go analyze the sandworm. Plague spores are detected. Okay. Where? Go to. Good thing we just built those new plasma drones. So we really need to go analyze the sandworm, but I want to see what happens when this thing comes back to town first. Leonidas is back to town. That's all that happened. I thought it was supposed to give us, like, we got rovers and shit. What are those supposed to do? Why did I go retrieve those? What's the purpose of the rover? I don't understand what it's supposed to do. I do want to see if we can defeat these plague spores, though. You guys can start shooting any time now, though. Like, show your range. Yeah, open up on this guy. Oh, he's accelerated. We're hit. Oh, never mind. We're not. Leonidas is idle. Well, the Leonidas is idle. I also am idle. The plague spores got taken out by our plasma turrets. No threat to our people. I'm going to wrap this up, and I guess next episode we're going to go analyze the sandworm, if you know what I'm saying. Really, it's an excuse for me to invite people to touch my penis. It's been so very long. If you like that invitation, might drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more pathetic dick jokes, might consider subscribing as well, because I got basically no end of them. Right now, however, the referendum has been updated. Again, I re-extend my invitation for the penile fund here to my lady in the white dress. She really is quite attractive. And I'll thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.